Okay.
Thank you so much, Chairwoman Fisher, for holding yet another very important hearing on surface transportation in general and surface transportation security in particular. I really look forward to hearing from all the witnesses. The focus of this hearing is clearly on transportation security, but I just want to take a moment to speak about transportation safety. The Senate's now considering a CR, which among other provisions includes a dangerous rollback in truck safety that will have the effect of allowing truck drivers to work more hours and get less rest. Some colleagues and I have fought this battle time and time again, but it continues to remain an uphill battle. And the data is chilling. At a time now, there's 4,000 people lose their lives to large truck accidents each year, and over 100,000 people are injured. It is paramount that Congress works together in a deliberative way, having a discussion on what is one of the monumental areas in which people are dying in America. The numbers we're talking about represent a plane crash each week in America. That's how many people dying, and the situation's not getting better, it's actually getting worse. There's a 4.4% increase in accidents from 2014 to 2015. We have a lot of good minds on this, from industry to activists to senators on both sides of the aisle. We should be discussing this issue in the regular course of business, not slipping into a CR, a rollback of these restrictions. This may be business as usual in the United States Senate, but it's something I just cannot accept or at least let go by quietly. I spent time with victims of these accidents, the tragedy that is being visited upon family after family, day after day, and it irks me that this is something that we can prevent working together. I'm shocked and saddened that the data has not compelled more action on this issue. The threat of a security challenge or a terrorist attack is real. And while I'm pleased we're discussing those issues today, I hope we will double down on our commitments to explore basic road safety issues in the upcoming year and find ways to make our highways safer for all Americans. We can coexist. We can make sure business is done and families are safe. Now, when it comes to security threats as a whole, New Jersey is often a prime target given the density of our location. Over the course of a weekend this past September, as the chairwoman noticed, a series of attacks occurred in my home state and the surrounding region. In Seaside Park, New Jersey, an improvised device exploded in a garbage can near the course of a charity race. It could have been devastating, and fortunately it was not. In Manhattan, just 12 miles from where I live, an explosion injured 30 people on a crowded sidewalk in Chelsea. Finally, a bag of explosives was found near a train station in Elizabeth, New Jersey, just about a mile from where I live. These planned attacks are a stark reminder of how quickly our relative peace can be shattered and how we must ensure that we are adapting to new threats. This is particularly true for our surface transportation systems, where transit and passenger rail move millions of people every single day. The 9/11 Commission, chaired by former New Jersey Governor Tom Keene, recognized this challenge and identified that terrorists may turn their attention from air to rail and transit stations as targets. Unfortunately, nearly a decade after we passed the implementation of recommendations of the 9/11 Commission Act, we are still waiting on TSA to complete many of the recommendations. That is unacceptable. And it's not just rail and transit. The Commission also highlighted the need to secure the major ports, pipelines, bridges, and tunnels. With thousands of containers moving in and out of the port area in which I live, and many millions of Americans do, hazardous materials moving through our pipelines and cargo moving on trucks and rails across the country, the transportation network is vast and open. There is a serious security challenge. The transportation industry is a backbone of our economy. A catastrophic failure of our transportation system could have serious economic consequences, not to mention the tragic loss of life with terrorists focused on these soft targets. For example, the Hudson River Tunnel, which connects northern New Jersey to Midtown Manhattan, carries approximately 200,000 passengers every day. It is a vital economic artery for the region and a critical evacuation route from Manhattan in the event of a terrorist attack. I remember what happened after 9/11, just trying to get people out of Manhattan and and first responders in. Because the tunnel lacks redundancy, a terrorist attack in the tunnel would be catastrophic and would have long-term economic consequences for the nation. We know the billions of dollars of economic loss just when New Jersey Transit or Northeast Corridor rail systems are shut down. Bi-state efforts are currently underway to advance the Gateway program, which would add a critical layer of redundancy across the busiest river crossing in the United States of America. I'm hopeful that we will take the necessary action to realize the security and mobility benefits that a new tunnel would offer. In addition, we must continue to find new ways to adapt and meet the ever-challenging threats to our transportation systems. That's why I've joined with Chairman Thune, Ranking Member Nelson, and Senator Fisher to introduce the Surface Transportation and Maritime Security Act, another example of our bipartisan efforts to make America safer. This bill will take steps to close the gap in our security and provide additional resources to enhance security across our transportation system. Again, I look forward to hearing from the witnesses today. I'm grateful that Chief Belfiore is here as well in particular. We have a lot of work to do. We can do more, and we must do more to meet the threats that are facing our nation's surface transportation. Thank you very much.